My name is Henning. I'm a shellfish processor and a shellfish grower. Well, the Kilkeel and Mourne area, it's surrounded by beauty. That's the most outstanding thing about this area. The people in the Mournes are traditionally it's either farming or fishing, and they're well used to producing the natural produce which they do produce. Well, Carlingford Lough is just a natural place for growing oysters. The water is naturally clean. There's a lot of nutrients in the water, and there was always a history of oysters in Carlingford Lough, although a different species. But I'm growing the Pacific oysters. The native oysters used to be very popular in Carlingford Lough. Well, we started growing oysters about 13 or 14 years ago. We acquired a site in Carlingford Lough. We get the mussel seed from Guernsey. They're flown in here to Belfast Airport. We take them and then we split them all up, put them into bags and ungrow them. We buy the oysters as a little seed, no bigger than about 10 centimetres. We put them into bags and we leave them out for a year to grow, and they would at least treble in their size in the first year. We take them in and then grade them because they don't all grow at the same size, at the same rate. The faster growing ones we separate and put them back out again, and hopefully after 2 years they are ready for harvesting and for selling on to the continent. Oysters, it usually takes, the fast growing oysters take about 2 years to grow, but the slower growing ones can take up to 4 years. Naturally the fast growing ones would be more valuable. Their shell would be lighter and there'd be more meat in them. The slow growing ones, they're thicker in the shell and not as much meat in them. I think it's the cleanliness of the water and the nutrients in the water. It's very, very good. It's also a sheltered lough, which helps as well. The Gulf Stream runs up between England and Ireland, and it brings all the nutrients with it. And a lot of the nutrients, the fish will follow the nutrients. And I think that's why there's always a good abundance of fish in the Irish Sea.
My name is Vincent Rooney, and I'm one of the directors of FAS, which is a shellfish company, and we're specialising in razor clams. The razor clams is cultivated slightly offshore in about 6 to 7 fathoms of water, and they can be hand gathered on a big tide, on a big spring tide. They can gather them by hand off the beach, or our preferred method is by diver and by dredge, by hydraulic dredge. And then we take them into the factory here. They're processed in the factory here, they're graded. The damaged ones is removed and then they're put into purification tanks. Well, it takes roughly about 3 years for a razor clam to develop fully. They actually bury themselves in the sand. They're a filter feeder. They're much like a scallop or any type of clam. Well, razor clams are, they're a kind of a delicacy. Well, they are a delicacy in a lot of countries, in that we're trying to bring them onto the menus here in Ireland. They used to be popular in the olden times when there was less food around, and I suppose they're around since the famine time and that as a cheap alternative, but now they're quite expensive, and we're trying to get them onto the markets at the moment. So we are. They're an acquired taste that you cook them very much like squid and more in seafood. Cookery school is specialised in cooking them and showing people how to cook them and that. You would see them in the Mediterranean. They're very, very popular there. So hopefully a lot of people coming home from holidays may now be interested in being able to purchase them here live and processed. We do them in various different options. Well, Kilkeel, as I say there again, is unique with its harbour and the relationship that each business has here with the fishermen, the fish factories and that. And thanks to the KDA and that, now with some fine developments, and the place has been tidied up and we're doing lots of things to attract more tourism into it and that. and I think it should help the area, you know. It's a kind of forgotten wee paradise.